Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on the air. The Iron Thunder Racing League Truck Series presented by the Gutter Team. First race of the season, as we got a few trucks heading out on the Speedway right now for their lap of record. Matt Cherian at 47. Heading down the back straightaway there. We see the 7 of Josh Ball, the UPS Ford F-150. Making his way out onto the Speedway. Another driver to be Manning Gregory in the one truck. He's also in a Ford. Some new faces and some familiar ones as well. We get it set up. There goes the young kid, the 63 of Storm Patterson, out on the back straightaway. Good field of trucks joining us here tonight. Donald Sadusky in the house, Uncle Don in the 19, as we continue to watch the young buck, the 63, of Storm Patterson. Appreciate everyone for joining us tonight. We get set. We open up. Gutter Team Truck Series season. Hopefully everybody had a great holiday season and into the new year here. The 05 of Bailey Carey, the Fort Worth screen printing Chevrolet Silverado right now, waiting on our first cars. And we'll have Roger Diebold in the 38 to the top of the board. 53. 075 Bailey Carey will be fourth quick. Matt Kemp now to the top of the board. And Gregory will go to the top. To the 34, Sean Bounty and his Toyota Tundra entering the back straightaway. Right now, Josh Ball, P2, Manning Gregory of 52.950. 52.950. Glad to have the Josh Kelly fan club in, and as well, sponsor Wilson Farms, as we see the 22 of Ben Price. This is Sean Bounty now. Manning Gregory still holding on to that top spot. Be Josh Ball, Matt Kemp, Donald Sadusky, Action Jackson down, going to round out your top 5. As Klusterhoos goes 11th quick, 53.082. 15 of Tressenot out of McComb, Mississippi, with his Chevrolet out on the Speedway. Sawyer Ott will go quick time, top of the board in the 35 machine. Didn't get him on camera, but there he is in his Gutter Team Truck Series sponsored ride, and he will go a 52.900. 52.9 flat for Sawyer Ott. We'll see another car out on the Speedway here, this 66. Mr. John Garrett, he'll cross the start-finish line. And he'll go 20th quick with a 53.280. Sawyer Ott, Manning Gregory, Josh Ball, Matt Kent, and Uncle Don, Donald Sadusky, your top 5. With about 53 seconds remaining here, the 6th truck making its way off of number turn 4 here, Kyle Weatherman. Over in his Ford F-150 Whitetail sponsored machine across the start finish line. He will go P3 at a 52.964. 25 truck getting ready to cross the start finish line, or already has. That's Brandon Klusterhoos. And I believe that'll wrap up qualifying. So you're not going to take the pole position tonight with a 52.9 flat. Manning Gregory 52.950 will be second fastest. We get set up for the Gutter Team Truck Series Daytona 200 right here live from Daytona International Speedway. 76-degree track temperature on the Speedway tonight. Excuse me, 76 ambient. Up some rolling. We'll look at that weather on the racetrack. As again, the air temperature 76 degrees, 102 degree track temperature. We'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully, we'll see those fall just a little bit. Wind from the northeast at right about 8 miles per hour. No relative humidity, air pressure 22 HPA. Good look at the weather here. Another look at the track. If you're not familiar with Daytona International Speedway, 2.48 mile oval, altitude of 32.9 feet. Our track temperature 102 degrees, and the banking, speaking of degrees, the banking out here on these turns 33 degrees. If you've never experienced it in person, ever in the area, I do highly recommend taking a guided tour. I know with the pandemic, it's probably not running, but I was fortunate enough as a youngster to be able to take a private tour, and it was very interesting. They put you on a shuttle, rode you around, and even got to sit there on the got to get out on the high banks there and check it out. Got to walk up them, and that was definitely a feat in itself. May have connection problem here. Not sure what is. You'll bear with us. Gotta get this sorted out. Take a quick break. Looks like we may have lost connection somehow to the sim, but it is still showing us connected. Take a quick break and be right back. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize for trying to get this back and going. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. This is something on the iRacing side. I'm waiting to load in right now. It decided to kick us for whatever reason. We're trying to load in. And I do apologize for the racing action we are missing. And the gutter team is owned by Tony Constantino, a fellow racer. The racer here at the ITRL, and they are just what you would think they would be. They install seamless gutters in and around, I believe, the Concord area, but I believe they actually may serve a greater area. I did notice a job posting for the gutter team out in my area of North Carolina, about 3 hours away, so they may do a lot of travel. But yeah, hit them up. They may be in your area also. I know his owner, Tony Constantino, a fellow racer in real life and with us here in the Iron Thunder Racing League, and owner of that, and really appreciative of him for being the sponsor of our truck series and continued support of the Iron Thunder Racing League. Hopefully we'll be back to the action in just a moment. Not sure exactly why iRacing decided to boot us just as soon as we switched from qualifying. Right, we should be back. One quick second while we get the ticker back going. Oh, we got two trucks Down to the inside, Jackson Allen in the 4 truck, and back up on the speedway. More cars involved, and we'll get you exactly what transpired here in just a moment. Looking like the first caution of the night coming out here on lap number 9. If you're still with us, give us a thumbs up. I do apologize for the inconvenience. We'll be back to normal here in just a moment. Hi, Miss Kelly. Glad you could join us. Do apologize. Not quite sure what happened with it. But Josh Ball is your leader at the moment here with 10 laps complete, 71 laps remaining. We'll see the UPS Ford at the front of the field. Running in second spot of the 19 of Donald Sadusky. He hails out of Pennsylvania. He'll be in his Remembering Ryan Chevrolet P2. Ben Prince, I think it is. Make sure that's the right number in the 22 truck. Newcomer, Ben Prince. He was in the 3rd position as we see the leaders now on pit road for their first stop. Oh, trouble on pit road. We'll have to back her up. Not sure about what number. All we see the melee there on pit road. Not quite sure exactly how that transpired, but go back and take another quick look. Just some accordion effect there on pit road. Unfortunate. Those drivers, see the 25 truck with some rear damage. Donald Sadusky going to be your new leader as we continue here. We'll hopefully stay clean and green throughout the rest of the evening. As far as see some damage on that 7 truck. Another look at the 7. Josh Ball. See some rear damage on that truck. Front end looking clean. Take a look at the front end of the 19 truck of Donald Sadusky. We're going to take one more quick break, adjust some camera angles, and we'll be right back here live on the Iron Thunder Racing Network. Welcome back. Look at your leader, 19 of Donald Sadusky. We will get a look at that just as a couple of penalties being handed out for pit road to the 47 truck into the longest line. We're getting set now. The lights been extinguished at the top of the iRacing.com Ford Mustang. And we are getting ready to go back. Green flag action. Right now, to give you that rundown, since we did have that always and remember on the top, and we'll try to get this recorrected with a little bit bigger size letters. With the 19 of Sadusky, Sean Bounty will be P2 to the outside. 7 of Josh Ball inside row number 2. 35 Sawyer Ott. Out of McComb, Mississippi, he'll be outside row number 2. Inside of row number 3, John Garrett, and outside of him, the 91 of Jackson Allen. As the pace car gets ready to duck off to the safety up pit road, the Gutter Team Daytona 200 will be back green flag momentarily. And Sadusky back in the gas. Sean Bounty trying to keep pace with him on the outside. 7 of Josh Ball will be right there, tucked in close behind. Josh Ball and the 19 of Sadusky, they'll hook together and stay together on the bottom. Here comes the 66 of John Garrett. He'll tuck in behind the 7. Now he'll look to the outside as they get down to the back straightaway. Donald Sadusky, and he is up to 181 miles an hour down the back straightaway. Oh, we'll see the 7 of Josh Ball. He'll move up with the 91 of Allen. Allen will shut the door on the 66, forces him up to the outside of the racetrack. Josh Ball will lead. And now caution back out on the Speedway involving the 9 truck of Adam Schroen. Black Toyota heavily damaged. Let's check the replay. Oh, looks like maybe involved the 22 as well. Oh, looks like a racing deal. So, second caution of the night coming out. Race car checking back up with the front of the field. And your leader currently being shown is Josh Ball, Jackson Allen, Donald Sadusky, John Garrett, Brandon Klusterhoos. Round out your top 5. Seeing speeds up to 181 miles an hour down the back straightaway in this draft. Your fastest of the lap so far is a 49, a 194 on lap 6 out of 15 of Trust It Not. A little bit of trickery on pit road. All right, give me one quick second, and we'll be right back with that information. Give us one quick minute. I'm actually not sure if they changed it or not this year, but I believe these are open setup. Maybe fixed. I'm not 100% sure. They may have changed it. And they may have 2 quick repairs. Not 100% sure. Trying to get an admin to let me know. As you know, in our other leagues, the 2 Premier Series, there is no quick fixes. As the green flag back in the air for Josh Ball. But we will get that information to you. I appreciate you for asking and interacting with us. This is one of our lower divisions. Some of these drivers here that you see in the Premier Series come from these ranks here. This is where the admins can evaluate their driving skills, and I want to give everybody a chance to run with the Iron Thunder Racing League. And some guys who may not have good enough skills to join the Premier side, they can always run here. And you see some of the talent from the Premier. Those guys like to come down and like to run with these guys, especially those guys that will be moving up and racing with them in the Premier Series. They like to get to know them on the racetrack, and by the time they get to the Premier Series, they know what type of driver and trust they can have, especially as we see them right now, 177 miles an hour into turn number 1, and these cars just feet apart from these trucks just feet apart from each other at over, right now, pushing 182 down the back straightaway, 183 miles an hour. Not sure what had a blip there. Lap 20 on the board. We still have, a little wiggle there from the 25 truck of Brandon Klosterhuis. 19 of Sadusky back to the front as they head down the back straightaway here. We'll see how fast this 19 truck can get up to, as he just got left out in no man's land, 182 miles an hour. A lot of juking and jiving. We see the 29 truck of Elaine Hughes. Sadusky on the bottom, but right now, power move from the top. It'll be the 34 Sean Bounty to 7 of Josh Ball, letting it roll. But like I said, these guys, some Premier Series and Rush Series champions here, they like to come out and run with these guys and like to have fun on Tuesday night. As Miss Kelly dubbed it, Tuesday Night Thunder on the Iron Thunder Racing Network. Take a look at those leaders there. And this is, luckily, you see those trucks bouncing around. This is the original scan. iRacing laser scans these racetracks and builds them into the sim, so every bump, nook, and cranny that's in the real racing surface prior to 2007 is the surface they're racing on now. And it's what we call the legacy. There have been 2 more scans since then, after the repave, and then after Daytona Rising project, they rescanned this racetrack after they did some updates to the facility. This is the original scan. That's why you see the bumpiness on the Speedway. These trucks bumping around the racetrack prior to 2007. I'm not sure when the last time it was paved before then, but definitely has a lot of character. And we'll see if we can go on board with the 7 of Josh Ball and see the character that actually is in this racetrack as they move it, speeds up to close to 190 miles an hour, bouncing all over the racing surface. On board now with the 7 of Josh Ball. You can see that truck just slam hammer bottoming out around the corner. And even down the back straightaway, not as smooth as you would think. And all this happening right now, 177, 78 miles an hour. 182 now to down the back straightaway into turn number 3. He's getting a big push from the 19 of Sadusky. You see the back end of that machine of Josh Ball, a little wrinkle there on the tailgate. As they put lap 24 on the board. 57 laps ago, Sadusky will jump to the outside. He'll take over the top spot in that second lane. He'll try to pull even now and get a good run. Sean Bounty pushing the 38 of Roger Debo to be tucked in close behind the 7 of Josh Ball. Now the 19 of Sadusky, they'll play musical race trucks up at the front of the field. He'll go to the bottom and take the lead as Sean Bounty getting a good push from the 91 of Jackson Allen. And really, the racetrack, I would say this is the toughest version of Daytona on the tires. But you could basically go, these guys could go all day this whole race without getting a set of tires. The fuel is limited. You don't get a fuel tank of fuel, so they'll have to make stops for fuel, but the tire wear is left to pretty much real world standards. And I've run, quite a few races. You could go the whole race without taking tires. It gets a little squirrely at the end, but we'll probably see these guys at least take one set. 29, 66, and they both are going to save it. As they tap each other now, it's 3 wide at the line for the lead. Donald Sadusky at the bottom, Josh Ball to meet in the middle. Jackson Allen on the outside. Now he'll fall back and momentarily be wide for second. Normally, yeah, we'll probably see these guys take tires a couple times, especially having to be on pit road for fuel. And it's not like other racetracks as far as tire wear. It's not unheard of for a guy to run a race like this on 2 sets, especially even in the Premier side. Speaking of, right now, Josh Cully hanging around in the 16th spot in that 33 machine. Take a look at him right here. A good look at the strutmasters.com, CRT Small Engine Repair, Wilson Farms. On the 33 machine, he likes to kind of hang out through most of these races. One truck going down a lap here, but he and Ryan Peplinski both like to kind of hang out the back till it's go time, and those two guys right now. And their third teammate with them, the 10 of Brad Lane, they're all hanging out. 17th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. With 53 to go here, it'll be a little bit before we probably see those guys make a charge to the top of, to the front of the field. As the 11 of Tony Constantino, he is going to go down another lap. That is our league sponsor. Not having a good night so far, but we do appreciate Mr. Tony and his support of the Iron Thunder Racing League Truck Series and the league as a whole. Right now, also going on Monday nights, it is not televised, but the ARCA Series is in full swing. Truck Series starting up tonight, and won't be long we'll have the Rush and the Premier ranking back up as well. Definitely keep you updated on when those are coming. Had some notes he wanted to go over, but 35 Sawyer out coming down pit road next time by. This is our 4th season of the Truck Series. It is going to be a 8 race schedule. Right now we are running Daytona Legacy, the 2008 Oval. Next Tuesday, January 19th, we'll be at Nashville Fairgrounds. A new track added to the sim. Our 3rd race of the season, we're going to shake it up. The Mud Winter Classic 100 at Eldora Speedway. We'll put these bad boys on the dirt and go to town. As we see a slew of trucks coming down pit road. 15 going to make a last minute charge. 19 of Donald Sadusky pushed it hard. He's out of fuel on pit road. 15 may have got a penalty. It'll be Trestonot, Jackson Allen, Josh Ball, Sawyer, Storm Patterson, Matt Hendricks, Brandon Klooster, who's all on pit road for service. And Sadusky out of fuel. He'll have to coast through some pit boxes. Definitely going to be a stop and go probably under green flag action. But we'll keep an eye out on that for the 19 of Sadusky as the 34 of Sean Bounty. Is shown your leader. Or excuse me, the 09 of Dave Matson as he works a way around the 11 of Tony Constantino. After the Mud Winter Classic, February the 2nd, we're going to go back to the Super Speedway for the Alabama Trucking 166 at Talladega Super Speedway. And then we're going to go into the Chase, Texas State 150 from Texas Motor Speedway. February 16th, we'll head to Martinsville for the Gutter Team 150. And our championship race will be the Championship 200 from Michigan International Speedway. So a quick 8-race bout. Get some of these newcomers time on the sim. Dave Matson still out on the speedway as your leader. Al Matson in Missouri coming down pit road with 47 to go. Take a look at 33 of Josh Cully, who is shown currently in the 3rd spot. Try to get everything sorted out as they cross the line and still get it all, trucks scattered all over the racing surface. .35 of Sawyer Ott gonna come back. And lead the field. 69 Pit Viper of Matt Hendricks making his way up to the front. Should be on the lead pack right at the moment. Across the start finish line. Your leader Sawyer Ott. Give them one more lap. We'll give you a rundown. As we see him nose to tail. Truck up into the wall there. Couldn't quite get a number on that machine. As Sawyer Ott continues to lead down the back straightaway. Big push from the 7 of Josh Ball. Sawyer Ott leads Josh Ball, Matt Hendricks, Patrick Langley in the 78 truck out of Traverse Rest, South Carolina. Matt Cherry, Sean Bounty, Chad Nelson, Josh Cully, Dave Matson, Brad Lane, your top 10. It'll be Brandon Kuchel, Jackson Allen, Donald Sadusky, Kelvin Mosier, Ryan Peplinski, Roger Diebold and Storm Patterson. John Garrett, Tresnant, Elaine Hughes, your top 20. See the move there made by Josh Ball to that top lane, followed by the 34 of Sean Bounty. And if you would help us out a little bit, if you haven't already, please head over to Facebook and look up the Gutter Team. Give them a like. They're located at 1118 River Highway, Suite D, Mooresville, North Carolina, 28117. Their phone number 567-371-2814. Sure to check them out over there. They offer new gutter cleaning service as well. Head them over there and tell them the Iron Thunder Racing League and the Iron Thunder Racing Network sent you. That lead pack starting to stack back up. Trucks are starting to join them and still see the weeble wobble they get in this bumpy racing surface. Halfway. And a good question earlier too about the tire wear. We talk about tire wear at Darlington, and it has to do a lot with the asphalt and where it comes from, what's mixed in it. Darlington, in the sand hills of South Carolina, a lot of sand around, real abrasive, as well as the former Rockingham Motor Speedway that used to be on NASCAR's schedule. It was actually scheduled to open the Cars Tour. They were scheduled to open the Cars Tour Super Late Models this season, with their first race being at Rockingham Motor Speedway. But unfortunately, during the tire test, they figured out that that racing surface was so abrasive and being so close to the coast, which was always what Rockingham was known for. They're going to have to go back and get their tire manufacturer to come back with a little tougher tire to try to keep the costs down for these racers and try not to where they not have to use as many tires during the race. But they have rescheduled it for October. So if you're in the area, you're into super late model racing, and want to catch a race at the historic Rockingham Motor Speedway, that's definitely one I wouldn't want to miss. I believe I'm going to be there myself. A long-time fan of the racetrack at Rockingham, just about 2 hours from me, in between me and Charlotte. Always a good time when we can get to Rockingham. But we are now 38 laps to go. 69 of Matt Hendricks has positioned himself in the lead He'll have Josh Ball to his outside, Sawyer Wright, and Sean Bounty lurking behind him, the 78 Whitetail machine. That is Traverse Rest, South Carolina's Patrick Langley. 22 truck. He'll go down another lap there as the field storms by on the inside. Truck still wobbling back and forth. R37 to go. Not much has changed inside that top 15. The R16 truck's on the lead lap. Josh Ball, Matt Hendricks, Sean Bounty, Sawyer Wright, and Patrick Langley, your top 5. It'll be Dave Matson, Matt Cherry, Chad Nelson, Josh Cully, Brad Lane round out your top 10. It'll be Donald Sadusky, Jackson Allen, Brandon Klosterhuis, Ryan Peplinski, Kelvin Mosier, and Roger Diebold, your top 16 lead lap trucks. As we see some juking and jiving, 16 truck on pit road, Alex Little. Allen moved to the outside for Sean Bounty. He'll take over that top spot, 78. Looking for the bottom, not enough room. He'll go back up and tag the deck lid of that 34 of Sean Bounty. Got him coming down pit road. Sean Bounty, Josh Ball, Sawyer Wright, the 69 of Matt Hendricks. They'll leave Dave Matson back out there again. See him entering pit lane. For some reason, our camera angle will not switch where we can actually see those guys getting service on pit road. But Sean Bounty going to be down and away, followed by Sawyer Wright. Wright going to hit that cone, leaving. The 09 of Dave Matson, followed by 78 of Patrick Langley. 47 of Matt Cherry, Josh Cully, and Brad Lane. All tucked in, nose to tail. Moving right along fairly quickly here. 33 to go. Gonna have a few takers to see some slower trucks. Teammate of Peplinski, or excuse me, of Kelly, coming up on the bottom there. Oh, almost contact. And some of these slower trucks, leaders running them over there. 78 looking to pit. Oh, barely made it in there. And he may have got caught speeding there. Let's take another look at that. He was trying to get into pit road and almost makes contact. The 78 truck, he was way out the outside. Cuts across a 37 and didn't even notice the 38 38 was in his blind spot. Man, definitely avoided some calamity there. Max continues to lead. We'll check back. Now the 78. Back out on the Speedway. Sadusky as the 09 of Dave Maxson will give the lead up. He'll come down pit road. Sawyer Ott leading that other pack off of pit road. They'll go by the current leaders of Matt Cherry and the 78 of Patrick Langley. You know, let's see if we can get him in here. Speak with Storm Patterson. We can get him up in the booth with him. Storm, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Hey, man, I hate to speak to you this way, man, but nonetheless, we're getting the seasons back going here, and definitely a good-looking truck that you brought out tonight. Definitely know not the night you wanted, as we see Josh Ball there having trouble way up in the outside wall there. But nonetheless, man, it's glad to get back out here and get things rolling again with the Truck Series.
Yeah, was fun while it lasts. I mean, okay, I think that's not now. We had a really fast Blue Death Peak Antifreeze Ford F-150. We just had some mechanical issues. We ended up turning off. We ended up hitting inside wall full speed, going about like 170. So real life would have been dead, but no, we thankfully it's virtual and we got out of the car okay. And no, we're scraping things off and whatnot. We're not going to be able to get out there for sure. We're done for the night. But we're going to be rooting on our PMS teammates of Alex Little is out there. We're trying to go out of that and fix what damage he has. No, our teams are working hard, and hopefully we can rebound here at the road course next week.
Alrighty, I'm going to tell you, tell these fans what the difference is in the Truck Series as far as you're running fixed sets and how many, apparently no quick fixes, I guess, and stuff like that. You know, what the Truck Series is mainly used for.
I mean, there's definitely a. Can you ask that again? I'm sorry.
I'll just let them know, you know, about if you guys run fixed setups here, like they do in the Premier Series, and just the difference between this series and our other two series.
Tonight, you know, I mean, we still run fixed sets and you know, no quick fixes, stuff like that. But I mean, shorter races in this series, and it's more of a feeder, which is fun. You know, being able to watch these new guys in here, being able to see them grow, and even with our new advancing system with the finishing top 26 and points or whatever, it's really interesting to watch. But yeah, I mean, the main difference, I mean, honestly, the main difference is just you know, faster races. Honestly, just the 80 laps depends with cautions and whatnot. But I mean, this race has been pretty bipolar. But I mean, it's been a fun one for sure.
And how did it feel getting back out there on the Legacy Daytona with all those bumps?
I thought we were going to Normal Daytona, so you could imagine the shock on my face whenever I rolled out on the track and felt the track. I was like, this is not right. But I was like, we're on Legacy. But yeah, definitely bumpier, definitely harder to drive. As you can see here with the fans, as the fans can see, probably all the trucks just bouncing and bouncing and bouncing and not being able to really hold a line. It's hard. You know, I mean, it's not an easy place, but you know, it's super fun. It's probably one of my favorite super speedways.
All righty, man. Well, we definitely appreciate you taking your time out to join us up here. We'll let you get back to your team, and good luck the rest of the season, man. And when we start cranking up the rest of them, it's gonna be fun to watch the 63. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Just want to thank. Oh, sorry, I thought you were moving. Just want to thank Blue Def and Peak and all the guys on the truck. They didn't have to come on; they volunteered. So thanks to them and everyone watching my stream and whatnot. Thank you to you guys. Yeah, and thank you for the broadcast.
All right, man. Have a good one. Alrighty, that was driver of the 63 truck, Storm Patterson, Young Gun, Storm Patterson as I like to call him, as we are give you a little bit of inside, and would love to start trying to pull some of these guys up during cautions. We're going to try to work on that more during the season as we progress through. The big move there by the 91 of, excuse me, that was the 91 of Jackson Allen. Hard to see the numbers on that truck, but they're there. He'll move to the outside of the head of the 15 of Trusted Ott, who is currently one lap down, trying to get a lap back the hard way, as he'll draft on the top lane with a 38 of Roger Diebold, who has found himself one lap down as well. Ott will drop down in front of his brother Tristan, but 91 of Jackson Allen is just got himself back on the lead lap the hard way in that 15th spot, along with the 15 of Trusted Ott. So those two, it'll be 16 trucks back on the lead lap now. 38 of Roger Debo was hoping to do the same, but he'll get stuck out in no man's land. No help as the field goes single file. Sawyer Ott still your leader, third truck in line on the bottom of the speedway. Down to 23 to go this time by Sawyer Ott, Matt Hendricks, Dave Matson, Chad Nelson, Matt Cherry, your top five. Patrick Langley, Josh Ball, Sean Bounty, Josh Kelly, Brad Lane, your top 10. Donald Sadusky, Brandon Kluchler, Kelvin Mojo, Ryan Peplinski, Jackson Allen, and Trusted Ott, top 16 lead lap trucks as the field storms off into turn number 1. Nose to tail, single file, they're ready to ride this one out. Probably gonna look one more pit stop before we close this one out. '22 truck making it known he's coming down pit side. These guys can communicate over the server where they can hear each other, and they are also in communication with their teammates inside of app we like to call Discord, which is basically a chat room with headphones. The Iron Thunder Racing League provides stalls that they can go into, and they're categorized by teams. And they can go in and jump in the room and open mic and speak to their teammates in private. Y'all can also do the same on the simulator as well. Admin up in the booth has direct contact to the drivers. Sort of like in real life, if you're familiar with the Raceiver that is run at short tracks all across America, except for these guys can talk back to the admin, where in real life it's a one-way communication, and sometimes that may be the best thing. Things get a little heated out here on the Speedway. This may be a sim, but these guys put a lot of hard work and dedication into running these trucks and our other cars as well. Especially when we move on to the Rush Series, which is open setup. Those guys have to go in there and build them a setup that's consistent, fast, keeps tires under it. Elaine Hughes coming up on the Speedway. She'll be on the high side as the field gets ready to thunder by on the inside. Appreciate everybody for joining us on a Tuesday night for the Gutter Team Truck Series. Got some newcomers. Racing, got a few more heading down pit road. Matt Hendricks is coming. 15 of Tress and I going to come down pit road as well. See who all comes. At final stop. 35 leader coming down pit side. Get it down to 55 miles an hour. Like everybody's safely on pit road. Turn it back over to Dave Matson. He's sandwiched in between two lap trucks. Josh Ball, who had that trouble while battling for the lead. We see him, fourth truck in line on the bottom. Josh Cully and Brad Lane both out there on the outside of Dave Matson right now, nose to tail. They'll look to get around these two on the bottom. Those drivers are 16 laps in on their run. Even 33 of Josh Cully going to be taking over the lead. So this time around, he'll be officially scored as your leader once they cross the start-finish line. The 10 of Brad Lane tucked in close behind the net DuPont Chevrolet. Something to miss back here. .29 into the 19. Get him up into the wall there. 33 of Josh Cully to 10. A hit pit side. They are on pit road. .35 of Sawyer Ott leading that pack. Out of turn number 4 now. 7 of Josh Ball stepping out of line. He should come back across the start-finish line. As a 33 of Kelly entering the racing surface in turn number 1. As the field will getting ready to come back by. Cully and Brad Lane, they could get hooked up here. Right here in the middle of this pack. Not too far back. They'll come across the line to be scored in the 5th position for Josh Cully. We'll see this start to get a little more organized, nose to tail. Just get back to some side-by-side action momentarily as everybody settles in. Should be good to go to the finish here. Caution. Down to Dave Matson. Hard in the outside wall. He and the 34, Sean Bounty getting together. And that'll bring out the 3rd caution. See it one more time. Two cars involved. Contact with the outside. Deem the caution to be put out via administration. .78 of Patrick Langley getting a drive-through penalty for passing the leader under the caution flag and crossing the start-finish line before him. Take a quick break and we'll set you up as we come back now inside of 10 to go. We are back. Like to distinguish the top of the iRacing.com. Ford Mustang 10-lap shootout. Season opener of season number 4 here in the Gutter Team Truck Series of the Iron Thunder Racing League. Sawyer Ott will lead them. Matt Hendricks outside of row number 1. Inside row number 2 going to be Chad Nelson to his outside. The 33 of Josh Cully. Inside, row number 3 will be the 7 of Josh Ball, who is outside the 10 of Brad Lane. Sean Bounty, Matt Cherry, Kelvin Mosier, Patrick Langley, your top 10. Hammer down, and Sawyer Ott going to get a big run here. No change of lanes. You see the 69 hold it in there. And that will drop down behind the 35 of Sawyer Ott. That'll give the 33 of Cully an open room there. Sawyer can't get out too far. These guys will train him. They'll freight train right around him if he gets out too far. As you see the momentum building on the outside lane, headed up by the 33 of Josh Kelly. So two teammates nose to tail on that top lane as we work our way down the back straightaway with 9 laps to go. Kelly and Lane will deposit himself in front of the 35. They'll drop to the bottom, take over the lead. As Sawyer Ott washes up the racetrack, contact with the 47. 78 will get in the back into the 47. They'll keep it clean and green as we come to the tribal here. Trucks moving back and forth on this bumpy surface. We're down to 8 laps to go. Sawyer Ott to the top side. He'll jump up in front of the 47 of Matt Cherry. They'll look to challenge teammates of Lane and Cully for the lead. On the outside, looking for a push from the 47 of Cherry. Nothing there. At Macomb, Mississippi's own, hanging tough on that outside. Not able to get him out in front. A bobble, a wiggle from the 10 of Brad Lane. That'll give the momentum to the outside with a big push from the 47. They'll both jump out in front of Lane and Cully on the top side. They'll stay on the top side now. 3 trucks out in front. The 78 will jump in front of the 33. He'll move down to the bottom with 7 to go. Still leading on the outside with a big push from the 47 Whitetail Machine of Matt Cherry is the 35 of Sawyer Ott. Now don't look back. The UPS number 7 Ford of Josh Ball back in the mix. He'll have Kelvin Mosier and the 43, or excuse me, the 43 of Kelvin Mosier Now the whitetail machine 47, he'll move down in front of the 78 as they'll team up on the bottom side of the racetrack with Patrick Langley. Josh Ball will move back to the deck lid of that 35, right on the back end of that machine, trying to give him the push he needs, with a big push coming from the 78 onto the 47 as we work through the Troval. Momentum right now on the top side with the 35 of Sawyer as we have 6 laps to go. It's heating up front and heating up quick. 78, 47 on the bottom, 35 and 7 on the top side of the racetrack. It's starting to get good. Down the back straightaway, nose to tail, 2 by 2. Throw a blanket over the top 5. Big push now from Josh Ball on that outside. Not clear, but he'll stay on the outside. Not thinking that's where he needs to be. He'll continue as he was well clear of that 47 of Matt Cherry. Trucks bouncing back and forth, weaving, bobbling, trying to keep it off each other and keep it straight at the same time. With 5 to go, Sawyer still leads on the outside with help from Josh Ball and the 34 Sean Bounty. Right now, it seems like the outside can keep the momentum. They stay tucked in. Whoever can stay tucked in the longest, and they can't be there too long. These trucks will overheat and blow an engine, so you'll see them creep out to try to get some air. They'll try to push as long as they can. Brad Lane looks like he may have lost an engine. He's off the pace. Something amiss with the 10. He is well off the pace and has lost his lead pack. I'll put Josh Kelly third trucking lane on the bottom. Big push again there from the 7 of Josh Ballers. We're down to 4 to go. Oh, one truck with a slow truck on the bottom almost making contact. Right now, it's still that outside lane prevailing. That bottom lane getting a good run here. Mosier looking to make it 3 wide as the 47 will jump up into the outside lane. Both whitetail trucks are going to control the top and bottom. Oh, getting swirly down there on the bottom side. And oh, Sawyer 47 going to make contact. Josh Cully around. Minimum damage on the 33. And we are 3 laps to go. So it looks like we're headed to overtime. Let's get another look at that replay. We can get it from a different angle here. We saw your aunt tries to leave Matt Cherry out. They touch just a little. It's like Cherry comes down. And Daytona strikes again. Just close racing at 180 miles an hour into the Troval. Cully get turns like the 7 of Josh Ball. 78 of Patrick Langley able to escape along with the 69. Let's take a look at see how much damage Josh Kelly got out of this melee. A little rear end damage, not too bad on the Strutmaster CRT small engine repair Wilson Farms machine. Sawyer, the Gutter team. Season 3 defending champion and league commissioner. Had some Drivers scurry through pit road. Trying to clear some penalties for those avoiding the accident. And I am almost certain we will go into our one green-white checkered attempt. It started to get wild and crazy up front. A lot of good trucks taking some damage there. Matt Cherry, Josh Cully. Brad Lane already was having trouble. But as we stand right now, your leader, Sawyer Ott. What about Josh Ball, Patrick Langley, Matt Hendricks, Jackson Allen round out your top 5. It'll be Chad Nelson, Kelvin Mosier, Brian Peplinski, the top 8 trucks. Matt Cherry, Josh Cully, Brad Lane, Sean Bounty, or Brad Lane, the 11 lead lap trucks right now. They're all on pit road. Peplinski being scored in the 7th spot. Not going to let the restart on the outside. We'll get one attempt at the green-white checker. If the leader gets back to the white flag, they will race back to the checkered. Any other flags before that, and the race is officially over and frozen at the time of caution. Getting ready to come back to the green-white checkered attempt. Pace car's off. So you're out back in the gas. 69 of Matt Hendricks. Trying to keep up with him there. Sawyer going to stay on the outside. No help behind Hendricks. He's going to have to play the blocking game. 7 of Josh Ball coming in a hurry. He'll slam in the back of the 35. They'll keep her straight as they barrel down the back straightaway. Patrick Langley to the outside. He'll be followed by 91 of Jackson Allen. Now Allen drops back in, leaves the 78 out in no man's land. Single file for everybody but Patrick Langley. And the whitetail Ford almost contact with the 91. 72, Chad Nelson jumps up. They're crashing behind them. One truck upside down. Caution is out, and that is going to do it. That may have been the... Take a look at what happened. 29 runs out of fuel. Up and on its side goes the 15. So that's going to do it. We'll wait for those drivers to cross the start-finish line. Get you the final. Looks like it's going to be Sawyer Ott, Josh Ball, and Matt Hendricks, your top three. We'll get a word with them. Alrighty, so you're out. Josh Ball, Matt Hendricks, your top five. What about Patrick Langley, Kelvin Moser, Chad Nelson, Brad Lane, Ryan Peplinski, Josh Cully, and Jackson Allen, your top 10. Stick around for a post-race interview. Ready to go here momentarily. Some brotherly love there, some help from the 33. Getting your Victor back around to the front straightaway was run out of fuel. There was some fellowship out there getting him back to the front straightaway. We'll get a word here with the 69 of Matt Hendricks, as he just exited. We'll leave you with the 35 of Sawyer Ott. He did what little bit of a donut he could do. Let's bring up Matt Hendricks. Matt, Jonathan Grissom in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, but I got you.
Hey, man, it's good to have you back up here in the booth. Wild, crazy night at this bumpy old Speedway. Was very surprised to see it on the schedule. With this being some of the more rookie contenders being in this league, but I tell you, it's probably the best way to separate the men from the boys when you come out here to 2008 Daytona.
I mean, the track was, it's old Daytona. It's bumpy. You're gonna get loose. Got to back off. It's one of those tough ones, but you got to stay wide open. So, good night for the Blatz Gutter team, Ford F-150 here. Good way to start the season for the truck series. It's a shame my teammate had a little bit of an issue, the 22 truck at the beginning of the race, but at least we brought home the 69 in somewhat one piece, so it's all good for us.
All righty, man. I'll tell you, it was fun watching it right there up until that last caution, man. Things was getting hairy up there, and it was fun watching. And we look forward to the rest of the year. Good luck, man. We hope to have you back in the booth with us.
Absolutely. Thank you for putting on the broadcast. Thank you to Sawyer. Thank you to Tony. And, thanks to my team.
All righty, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
All righty, joining me now in the booth, second place finisher, Josh Ball in the 7 machine. I tell you, man, we've seen you up there fighting early. Was coming back from a watching another battle and just caught a glimpse of the 7 way up out of the groove and backed away from it for a little while. And all of a sudden, when it started to count, you were right back up there in the mix of it. And right before we had that last caution, man, things were getting hot and heavy up front. Glad to see you back in on the podium uh, so early here in the season. Good momentum going for you in the UPS F-150. I know it's got to be a little disheartening you couldn't battle for that lead right there at the end and race it back to the checkered flag, but no better other way than finishing second, especially to get the year started in such a short season.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, congrats to Sawyer. He did a great job tonight. I was behind him a lot, so he was definitely doing good up there. So he deserved to win either way. So, but yeah, it was fun out there tonight. Yeah, I was around middle race. I think I pitted one lap too early, so I was trying to play the strategy of save enough fuel, so I only had to pit one more time. So, um, yeah, ended up close to the wall and just backing off and trying to save, but those cautions at the end kind of threw that out the window anyway. But good job there tonight. All the teammates, Sean and Adam. Pretty much everybody around was racing pretty good.
Yeah, I was surprised to see the old Daytona on the schedule, especially with this kind of being a feeder and a feel out for some of the rookie guys coming up. Um, how do you like racing here with this old bumpy speedway?
Actually, one of my favorites. Sawyer was just saying that he was worried I was going to try to, get around him there. He was worried he wasn't going to hold me for the last lap. I won't say what I would have done or not done, but it was getting a top three finish. Definitely a great way to start the season. So, I really wasn't trying to get in a wreck there and go from a top three or top five down to 20th. So, but yeah, I mean, I definitely like '07. It definitely throws a little bit more of a you got to drive it a little more than regular Daytona, Talladega. So it was interesting. Even the truck hitting the track all the way around sometimes was difficult. Just I'm sure you could see on the broadcast bouncing, cars bouncing all over the place. So
Definitely. Yeah, I tell you, it was. It's been a while since I've been competitively side by side at 180 mile an hour at the old Daytona, and it just bring back memories of just white knuckle all the way around for you know 80 laps and just hoping you don't make a mistake and trying to hold it. And I tell you, hats off to you guys, and I appreciate you for taking your time out to join us on Tuesday night and helping this truck series roll along. And I know it's a good fit for some of the guys that are coming up, getting used to those guys as they move through the ranks. And I've been able to run with them. We appreciate you, and look forward to the rest of the season.
yeah, thanks, Mr. Griff, for having us up here, and Sawyer for doing everything. We'll see you guys next week.
Have a good one. Well, I think it's a conspiracy. Some of them are talking about it just a few minutes ago. The Gutter Team Truck Series sponsoring the league, sponsoring tonight's race, and on the side of the 35, McComb, Mississippi saw you out. Right place was up front most of the night. It seemed like that outside lane, you were sticking with your guns there, especially before that last caution. Seemed like y'all were able to consistently keep the momentum up on that outside, and seemed like it was the place to be if we'd have had to run this out green flag. I know you would have liked to have won it that way, but nonetheless, a win is a win, and defending that series championship, great way to start the year.
Hell yeah, Chris. I appreciate that, brother. It feels really good to get back in victory lane and just a lot riding on tonight, like you said. The Gutter Team Truck Series. Really appreciate Tony Costantino and what he's done to help elevate the Truck Series. And last season running this exact scheme and making my way through the playoffs and then winning the last race when it counted and walked away with the championship. And we came out here with one goal in mind, and that's to defend the championship. And this is a great way to start it off, like you said. The number 35 Gutter Team Chevrolet winning not just the pole, and I'm pretty sure we led the most lap, but getting the win here in the Gutter Team 200 locking ourselves into the playoff right off the bat. Now breathe easy and just go for some more wins and bonus points. But yeah, crazy race all around, man. This track never disappoints. That's why I was really looking forward to putting this on the schedule. It's bumpy, it's hard. It's not just your typical plate track where you just hold the wheel still and leave it wide open. You really got to drive it. The bottom is a lot worse than the top, and like you said, I knew the top is where I wanted to be, and I had a lot of heavy hitters behind me, man. I was very nervous. Those last restarts, and Matt Hendricks, got to give him a shout. He really worked with me a lot there, and I just hats off to Josh Ball and Patrick Langley as well. They were tough. They were really tough there. And Matt Cherry, I don't know what happened with that wreck. I'll have to go back and look at it. I felt like I was clear. I saw my opportunity to take the lead back coming to 2 to go, and I heard clear and I dove down there. I don't know if I hit him or if he just tried to block a little bit too late. But I hate to see him wreck like that. I wanted to race it out green, and then I don't know what ended the race, and it sucks to get it under caution, but a win's a win. I haven't won since we won California in the last season truck finale. It's been kind of a dry spell through the Rush series, and we had a rough Premier series. So, and the ARCA series really hasn't started off the way I wanted to either. So this feels good, just to get that monkey off my back, get another win. I love the truck series. It's my third win in this series. It's a lot of fun. This track was fun. A lot of great racing, a lot of strategy. We had some good green flag runs there in the middle part of the race. Made like 2 or 3 green flag stops. So that was awesome to see, and I know we had some issues there on pit road, and I don't know what. Like I said, I have to go back and see what ended the race there, that last caution. But ultimately, good race by all the competitors. The truck series never disappoints, and we'll look forward to going to the road course right back here at Daytona next week.
It's going to be interesting to get back there and watch that. I didn't get a chance to look at the schedule until we started, and had a little hiccup with iRacing to start the race. They kicked us from the sim just as soon as we went to grid. Got that figured out and was running through the schedule. And look here at our fourth race of the season, the Mud Winter Classic at Eldora. That gets me excited. Kind of makes me want to lead the booth and drive. But really awesome schedule. And if, running 8 races. If things continue like this, we might have to add a few more races to the schedule.
Yeah, like I said, this truck series from where it started to now has continued to grow, and I'm really proud of all the effort from our admin. Excuse me, you up in the booth, Dylan, everybody that really makes this possible, including Tony Costantino and the Gutter team for stepping up 2 seasons in a row here, and just making it better. That's the goal here at the ITRL. We started with 1 series, and now we're up to 4, and we're just trying to make each one more legit and more, just better, because they're all unique in different ways. And like you said, the schedule is definitely entertaining, and maybe next season we'll add a couple, we'll expand it a little bit. But just super thrilled to get another win. Like I said, for Gutter Team on the truck, for JCOM Motorsports, got to give a shout out to my teammates. My brother Treston, we worked really good all night, and he kind of, I think he bit himself by speeding there a couple times, and I'm not sure what happened to Brandon Kloosterhuis. We just added him to the team, so he showed speed, and unfortunately Ray Rittenauer wasn't able to make it tonight, but it kind of, I think, helped everybody, because we know him as a super speedway ace, him and Matt Quick and Kevin Hash. So they're probably going to tell me the only reason I won is because they didn't show up. But now those guys are good here, and man, it feels really good. That's all I can really say. I appreciate all the sponsors, all the fans watching, everybody's tuned in. My girlfriend Maria, I love you. Appreciate all your support, and this is fun. We're gonna celebrate tonight.
Alrighty, man. Well, we do appreciate everything you do. A lot of hard work behind the scenes and making sure sponsors like the Gutter Team are well taken care of and want to join us. And it says a lot too. Is we see these other guys from the Premier Series and the Rush Series stepping down a little bit and wanting to run the Truck Series. Speaks a lot for the league. Seems like anytime the Iron Thunder Racing League has got a session open, these guys want to jump in, and to have 26, 28 trucks tonight was definitely a good sight to see, and hopefully we'll add a few more throughout the season. And going to be a fun one, a quick one, but definitely going to be fun. Looking forward to getting these trucks to some different places. Really looking forward to Nashville, Eldora, and it'll be fun to watch them at Martinsville too. So that'll be a blast under the lights.
Absolutely, Grissa. Once again, appreciate it. Appreciate the Iron Thunder Racing Network and everybody tuning in. Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Have a good one, man. All right, that was League Commissioner Sawyer and winner of the Daytona Gooder Team 200. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Had quite a few viewers tonight. Awesome night. Awesome turnout for the trucks. We'll be right back here at Daytona. We'll turn left. We'll turn right. Who's going to turn right into victory lane? We'll find out next Tuesday on the Tuesday Night Thunder. Only on the Iron Thunder Racing Network. Y'all keep showing up. We'll keep showing out. From Daytona International Speedway, I'm Jonathan Grissett. Good night, everybody.